I grew up in the 60s when we were racing with the Soviets to get to the moon, and we beat them, and they actually gave up trying and then went into space station kind of work, and have had continuous presence in space in some sort of a station for almost continuous since the early 70s. With them as our partners, so isn't it kind of weird? We were racing them in the 60s, and now they're really good partners with us, and we work together very well. So I got kind of excited about the space program, and when I was your age and in the ninth grade, we were right in the middle of that. Probably, well, Gemini program, early Apollo program hadn't even started yet. And when I was a freshman in college, we landed on the moon, and boy, that was exciting. And I thought that would be about the neatest thing that I could possibly do. I didn't think that I was good enough to do it because I just kind of sold myself a little short. So one of my messages to you is set your goals really, really high, and because there's no telling what you can do with your life. I was really blessed to get a chance to do all the things that I did after being in the Navy and flying off the aircraft carriers, and came to work for NASA as an instructor, engineer, and a pilot, and then eventually got selected into the astronaut program after trying for a number of years. So don't give up. That's my other message. Set those goals high, and don't give up. You keep on trying until you get what you really want to do in life.
Do you have a favorite part of the training, or like a least favorite part of the training?
Yeah. Well, yeah, a couple of favorite parts. Of course, going underwater to train for, and I'm going to just go zap through here a little bit. We'll get back to some of these other, don't worry. You spend a lot of time underwater. I've got almost 1,000 hours underwater training in a tank in Houston because that's the easiest way that we can simulate microgravity for 6 hours at a time. You go under for 6 hours.
How do you sleep in space?
Sleep in a sleeping bag, and interesting to note, and this was only because I could, this is the floor right here, and the ceiling's up here, and I'm sleeping upside down. Just because I wanted to. This sleeping bag is mostly to keep you from drifting away and getting into somebody else's feet. And these two straps right here are Velcro straps with little springs on them, little bungees kind of thing, and they hold you in place. And you zip your bag up, and you can have your arms in the bag like that or out.
What was your longest stay in orbit?
Okay. My longest was just under 12 days, and that I believe was my third mission. Yeah. My 4 missions averaged 11.15 days total. The longest shuttle mission ever was about 18 days, and then you can't go longer than that because you run out of oxygen to breathe and to generate electricity, or propellant to maneuver the spacecraft.
Struggles when you came back to Earth due to the microgravity while in space?
Yeah, you're kind of tired, because you haven't been sleeping all that great, and you've been working like crazy for 10 or 12 days, and the vestibular system is really kind of messed up, and so it's hard to stand up right away from the fatigue, the muscle atrophy that's happened even in that short period of time, and the vestibular system that causes you to be really wobbly on your feet. They tell us don't drive cars for the first 3 days or so when you get back, and all of this passes fairly quickly, and you get back in shape fairly quickly. But the first 2 or 3 days are really quite entertaining.
How do we make human-occupied vehicles and modules space-tight?
First of all, these modules that you see right here are basically aluminum cans. This is an aluminum cylinder, as this one is. All these are aluminum cylinders that they built by welding together sheets of aluminum with a slight curve in them. And the ends where they meet together are potential leak paths that are sealed off by rubber O-rings, and 2 or 3 of them, depend on where they are, that if one of them fails, the next one will catch the pressure change. Now, the advantage here is that you're only holding 14.7 pounds per square inch pressure, in these pressure vessels, because it's 0 pressure here and 14.7, which is exactly what you are experiencing right now in that classroom. That's what the station is at. So it's not a very high difference in pressure. And so it doesn't have to be a super, super strong pressure vessel.